Hi. Hello. It's working. Wonderful. Welcome to day 2 of Tap with Jemima, tapping every day live in September. We're doing a different time every day so that everybody gets the chance to join live. The recordings go up straight away so that you can use the tapping. You can go over it as many times as you need to. You can get the benefits of this fabulous technique. So EFT, emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping, is what really started to change things for me. I was ruled by anxiety. I didn't necessarily know that I was just kind of reacting to how I felt. I was very anxious, very avoidant. I used to think I just wasn't confident because if I went to the pub and had a pint, I was fine. So I was like, it's just confidence. Not realizing that's self-medication. Not realizing that having to go to the pub before a meeting is not what we're aiming for. So that was how I used to experience things. I used to have panic attacks. A friend of mine told me about EFT and I tried it a little bit and just sort of kept coming up, and eventually went on to do the training, and my life started to change as a result of tapping. At my training, there was a guy who'd had a car accident in the 60s. And when he mentioned this accident, he started shaking and crying. All the anxiety of the day came back into his body, and you could see it. And the trainer got him up on stage, talked him through the memory, tapped on all the different aspects that were coming up, all the different feelings, worked through it. Within about half an hour, he'd got through the whole memory. And he said to him, "How do you feel now?" And this guy said, "I feel like it happened to somebody else." The tension, the stress, the worry had gone from that memory. It was like watching a film rather than being in a film. And I was hooked ever since. That was incredible. I'd had 12, 13 years of counselling up to this point, about 10, 12, 13 different counsellors, and I had still experiencing panic attacks. I was still anxious. I wasn't processing any of my fears, any of my anxieties. I wasn't really able to talk about them. I was just sort of stuck in this place. And it was important. I had to go through that. But when I learned EFT, I started to be able to change how I felt. I started to feel more in control. I could start to voice my fears and my concerns and start to de-escalate the anxiety. And I could start choosing to go to things rather than saying yes because I felt I had to, and then dreading it, and then wishing I could leave, and then having to drink my way through them. And like it wasn't terrible, and you wouldn't know. People sort of said I was a social butterfly, and I was always up and around and jumping and dancing and having fun, but underneath my tummy was in knots the whole time. It wasn't fun. And I don't have that anymore. And it's down to tapping. That was the real turning point, which is why I became a practitioner, why I'm here today sharing it with you. So anxiety can be absolutely debilitating. It can be take over your whole body. Some people might feel butterflies in your tummy. Those butterflies are actually the blood capillaries closing down in your digestive system. That is literally the blood leaving your digestion, going to the big muscles. You are heading into fight or flight. That can be an excited feeling as well, butterflies in your tummy, but it's also the same response, is that your body is in a stress state. Basically, you're in fight or flight, or you rest and relaxation. And that doesn't mean that you're not, if you're excited, you're looking forward to something, that you are, that's a bad thing. That we have to be completely unmoving and not feeling anything. Of course not. We want to be excited, but it's the thoughts and the energy around that physical response that's important. And if you're anxious about something that's coming up in the future, then it's going to have an impact on your body. And sometimes it's because we get anxious about things in the future because our resources aren't in the future. Our resources are now. So when you're actually going through something, you might feel level-headed, you might know what to do, you might feel really calm in a crisis, because you have access to your resources. You can change how you feel, you can take action. If something's happening next Tuesday, you can't do anything about that until next Tuesday. So your mind might come up with 150 different solutions or scenarios that might go wrong to prepare you for what might happen next week. When you get to next week, you just rock up, you deal with it, you do what you're doing. So if you have that tendency to worry about things, but when they actually arrive, actually it's fine, then that's a sign that you're slipping into anxiety. So depression and heaviness tend to be about being stuck in the past, and anxiety tends to be about worrying about things in the future. What we want is to bring you into the here and now, to relax as much as you can in this moment, to feel more resourced right now, means that you will feel more resourced in the future. And then you can just start to deal with the thoughts about the future. And we'll come to that in a moment. But things like, what am I really worried about? What is the fear underneath that? As I said, we're going to come to that in future sessions. Today, we're just going to look at the sensations in the body of anxiety. So take a nice easy breath to begin with. You might roll your shoulders a few times. Relax and let go. And by the way, you can comment if you're watching live. You can tell me how you're feeling. I'm just going to say hi in the chats. So if you have something that's coming up that you want to help with, then you can pop it in the chat box there. If not, you can message me afterwards. There'll be details below if you have specific issues or specific questions. But we're going to dive in so we can actually create some change in the body. So just take a few easy breaths. Good. Check in with yourself. Good. Bring your attention to the top of your head and just scan down through your body and notice how you're feeling right now. Really feel your feet on the ground. If there was a colour or an energy that would support you right now, just take a few deep breaths and bring that energy in. Calm, relaxed. Good. Lovely. We're just going to tap a couple of rounds just to bring us into our body. So tapping top of the head and through the points, beginning of the eyebrow. Just tap and breathe, side of the eye. Good. Under the eye. So this is a good way to start any tapping session. You can just tap and breathe under the nose, a couple of rounds. Get into the zone. So yesterday we just sort of tapped a couple of general relaxation. Today we're going to go a little bit longer, a little bit more involved. Collarbone, under the arm. So each of the points we're tapping is a beginning or an end of an energy line in the body. And we are tapping to clear toxins, to clear blockages in the energy system. So just copy me, breathe, tap, and start to relax and let go. Good, we can do another round. So normally we're tapping about 7 times on each point. You don't have to count, but that's kind of, if you want to, you can. Nice, easy, relaxed breathing. And it's kind of not too hard, not too soft, as if you're drumming your fingers on a table. We're working with the energy body rather than the physical body. Of course, we are tapping with the physical body, but we're aiming for the energy, the emotional part. Good. Side of the rib cage. That's just about here, if you can see that. On the thumb. The first finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. Little finger. And the side of the hand. And you'll notice the more that you tap, the more quickly your body will start to relax. Good. Hands over your heart. Just take a breath. Good. And you might notice already, as I say, that you feel more relaxed. Maybe you're more in tune, maybe more present. So now I'd like you to think about something that you're worried about in the future, something that brings anxiety. We don't want to go into anything too much, too deep. We just want to feel what it feels like when you think about something that makes you anxious. What happens to your body? Do you feel it in your tummy? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel your heart rate increasing? Maybe you feel jelly legs. Just allow a little bit of that feeling to come into your body. And I'm going to tap pretty generally. So I'm going to mention different parts. So it might be thoughts in your head. You might feel a block in your throat. You might have tightness in your breath, butterflies in your tummy, tension, whatever you notice. Check it now. Give it a score out of 10. 10 being very anxious. 0 being no anxiety at all. Where do you feel that right now? Just hold that number in your mind. Keep one hand over your heart. Start tapping on top of the head and repeating after me. These anxious thoughts. And beginning of the eyebrow. These anxious feelings. Side of the eye. I noticed my body changed when I thought of what made me anxious. Under the eye. This anxiety in my body. Under the nose. These thoughts in my mind. On the chin. This block in my throat. Tapping the collarbone. This change in my breathing. Tapping under the arm. These butterflies in my tummy. On the thumb. This tension in my tummy. First finger. These knots in my tummy. Middle finger. Letting it all go. Ring finger. Nothing has changed. Little finger. Just what I was focusing on. Side of the hand. I'm still in the same place. Top of the head. I haven't moved. Eyebrow. I'm not being attacked right now. Side of the eye. Not by anything physical. Under the nose. I'm feeling more relaxed. Under the nose. I'm safe right now. On the chin. I can think about something. Collarbone. And that might make me anxious. Under the arm. But the reality is right now. The thumb. I'm safe. First finger. It's the thoughts that's making me anxious. Middle finger. All the what ifs. Ring finger. What if something goes wrong? Little finger. What if I get it wrong? Side of the hand. What if I get told off? Top of the head. What if I get found out? Eyebrow. What if I'm late? Side of the eye. What if I let people down? Under the eye. What if I make a fool of myself? Under the nose. I can come up with 100 things that might go wrong. On the chin. And they will probably not happen. Collarbone. And even if they did, under the arm, I wonder what anyone else would really think. On the thumb. Maybe I will receive support. First finger. Or help. Middle finger. Maybe it will go well. Ring finger. I'd like to feel more relaxed, one way or the other. Little finger. The real anxiety, side of the hand, is about what I've been through in the past. Top of the head. Things have gone wrong in the past. Eyebrow. And I didn't enjoy that. Side of the eye. So my mind is holding on to those things. Under the eye. So that they don't happen again. Under the nose. But it's making me feel anxious. On the chin. And it's not helping. Collarbone. This is just a past memory that's impacting how I feel right now. Under the arm. I need to make mistakes. On the thumb. It's okay for things to go wrong. First finger. I don't mind if other people get things wrong. Middle finger. But for some reason I have to get it right 100% of the time. Ring finger. Apparently I'm not allowed to get it wrong. Little finger. Or maybe I'm going through something new. Side of the hand. Meeting new people. Top of the head. Going to new environment. Beginning of the eyebrow. And I don't know what's going to happen. Side of the eye. And nobody knows what's going to happen. Under the eye. And that's okay. Under the nose. Because I am safe. On the chin. I know that I'm safe. Collarbone. We're just going to stay tapping on the collarbone for a minute. I'm going to invite you to cross your hands over your chest and just start tapping alternately and breathing. And allow the feelings of anxiety to come into your body. If they've gone, that's great. If they're reducing, that's great. If they're not there, if they're not clearing, just close your eyes, tap and breathe and allow the feeling to grow as strong as you can let it. Breathe through it. Keep tapping and breathing until you feel it starting to subside. You're doing great. And let me tell you, an emotion can't hurt you. An emotion is a sign from your unconscious mind inviting you to move, to do something, and you're choosing to sit and allow it to pass. Breathe. Hold tight. This will pass. I promise you. Tap. Breathe. And I wonder what you would rather feel instead of anxious. Maybe you want to feel confident. Maybe you want to feel relaxed. Free. Maybe you have a choice whether you go or not. Maybe you have a choice about how you react. Breathe. Let it go. Every breath in, feel the emotion in your body. Every breath out, blowing it away. Good. Good. So pause for a moment. You might find that you're yawning. You might be crying. You might be feeling hot. You might have an inner conflict in your body. You can feel this energy, this anxiety. You're trying to run. You're in conflict because our emotions are there to create us inspiration to do something. Anxiety wants us to take action. There is no action to take other than to sit and to feel. So often this emotion will grow, and before it peaks, we will suppress it or stop it or take action. We'll distract ourselves. We'll drink something, we'll move, we'll take it out on someone else. If you allow that emotion to peak, you might cry, you might feel horrible in the moment, but just tap and breathe. Let it come, let it go. I'm with you. Breathe. Relax. Let it out. Let it go. Good. Good. Just let that settle. Feel your feet on the ground. Count your toes. From your big toe out to your little toes. Just move your toes. Feel them inside your socks or on the ground or in your shoes. Ground yourself. Breathe. Feel your legs relaxing. Become heavier, sitting in the moment. You know, a good tip, if you feel anxious, you can hold something heavy, grounds you. If I'm holding something, I'm safe. You can look around the room. Let your eyes rest on objects, on exits. Let your body connect to your environment. Relax and let go. Feel into your hips. Slow the movements down in your body. Slow the breath. Roll your shoulders. Feel your back strong, straight, supported. You can move your head backwards and forwards, side to side. Find a place where it settles in the middle. Relax. Let go and close your eyes. And now breathe in a colour of confidence. For me, that's an orange. Breathe it in. Imagine a huge balloon filled with confidence. Breathe it into your body, into every cell, it growing inside you. Send that confidence back into your past, forward into your future. So every moment of your life, you have access to this confidence. Maybe it was the first day of school when you felt anxious. Maybe it was standing up in front of people. Maybe it was an interview that went wrong. Maybe you said the wrong thing. Maybe you let a secret slip out. Whatever it was, whatever you think you did, it's over. It's time to let go. Forgive the younger you and move on. Good. So if you have any memories, just send love to a younger you. You can put them far away, put them somewhere safe. You don't have to hold that in you. Keep tapping and breathing. Letting go. Wonderful. So lift up above your timeline and come back to now. Come back to your body. Keep your eyes closed for a moment. Tap. Breathe. And I'd like you to feel that confidence in your body, surrounding your body, filling the room that you're in. You can butterfly tap, so crossing your hands still across your chest, tapping in that warmth. Imagine arms wrapped around you, safety, confidence, ease, relaxation and calm. Breathe, tap, and let go. Tap for as long as you need to. You can carry on after the session. You can go back and tap again if you need to. If you're feeling stressed or anxious, you can just keep butterfly tapping and breathing and focusing on the orange or whatever energy you need for as long as you need to. Good. And when you're ready, you can just gently bring your arms down, rest your hands in your lap. Roll your shoulders a few times, come back into the room, relax, breathe and let go. And when you're ready, gently opening your eyes and coming back to the room. Welcome back. So that may have triggered some earlier memories, some difficulty, but that energy was already within you. And the process of tapping is exactly that, is processing it. It's like the fear of the monster under the bed. When you turn the light on and look underneath, it's just a pair of shoes. The fears that we think are here in our mind that we can create. We have incredible imaginations. We can come up with all sorts of scenarios. The reality of right here, right now, I'm not being attacked by a monster. I'm safe. And I choose to feel more confident. I choose to let this go. So I hope that was helpful. Anytime you need to, you can tune into that confidence, start to choose something else. And I would also start to look at what are the thoughts and feelings that come up underneath. What are you really afraid of? What is really the problem? What happens if people don't think well of me? They might abandon me. So there's a fear of abandonment underneath that. What if I get it wrong? I might be laughed at. What is the fear of that? Being humiliated. There are different levels. If you can keep going underneath what the fears are, what's really the problem, you'll get to a core belief that you can then start to change. If it's a feeling that I'm not good enough, the truth is I am good enough. And we'll be looking at that through the month as well. So keep turning up. I will let you know when the next session is. I'm going to post that in a moment. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Hopefully you're feeling more relaxed, more confident. I would love to hear your feedback. So you can ping me a message. Go to my website, stressfreelifeacademy.com. I'd love to hear from you. Lots of love. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.